What's good, people? Welcome back. Welcome back. Listen up. There is an amazing opportunity that's just opened up in the markets right now that you guys are most certainly going to want to take advantage of, because I know I am. And you guys know if I'm taking advantage of anything, I'm always going to put my people on. So if you guys are looking to make some money, this is going to be the video for you. You guys stay locked in. I've got a great one coming up. But before we get to all of that, I want to go ahead and show you guys what we call an in-play option trade. This is an options trade that myself and the team are in right now to give you guys some real-time action. Take a look up top. You guys can see that option play is up 46.5% today. Take a look down below. Position size, I've got 250 in the clip, up 25,000 and some change. That just goes to show you guys that when it comes to generating returns and generating profits, the options market remains undefeated. But I've got some great news for you guys, because if you're not yet in the team, there is an opportunity to get into this very same play come Monday morning, because come Monday, come Tuesday next week, this thing is adding another 100% in return. All right, better yet, listen up. When you guys enter the team, all right, link for that is down below. You guys personally send me a message. I'm going to make sure that I guide you and help you guys get into this play and optimize it and make as much money as possible next week in the markets, all right? So you guys have the opportunity to run it up with us. Then comes the fun part. You can celebrate with the whole team. I'll make sure that all of you guys get involved in this one, okay? As you guys know, on today's agenda, I want to go ahead and introduce you guys to an opportunity that's opened up in the markets that is massive, no doubt, that you guys most certainly want to be taking advantage of. But before I get to that name, let's do a little bit of a warm-up, because we've got some other names that we need to cover off, right? So take a look, check it out. First up, we got to talk about this one right here, right? This monster of a play, $205 and counting. You guys know this is one that we've been in since 160, rode it up all the way to the 205s, and you guys know there is tons more to come in the tank on this name. This is just getting started, by the way. All right, so exciting times for all of us over here who got into this and enjoying a bit of the action here. Tons more room to the upside. If you're not already in this one, if you don't already own the stock on Alphabet, listen, this is the time to get in before this thing takes off to $250, no doubt, okay? But what we're doing right now is we are coming up to the high that we set earlier in the year, okay? You guys can see the high of this thing, all-time high, was $208. In a couple of days' time, we'll be celebrating a new all-time high on this name, adding this to the collection of names that we have taken to all-time highs this year. You guys know them: Uber, Hood, Bitcoin, the list goes on, okay? So soon enough, we'll be celebrating another one. This thing is going to continue to move higher, regardless of what the market throws out, positive, negative, regardless. This thing is going to continue to bypass all the noise and continue to make its ascent higher. I want to touch on Nvidia. Listen, you guys are going to see some action, some news out there on Nvidia, because we've got some heavyweights in the hedge fund space that have gone ahead and increased their position size on Nvidia, taking massive long-term bets on this name, okay? But I saw that and I said, I need to make sure that I set my people on the right path, because if you go ahead and look at the month's action, especially the more recent part of the month, okay, since about the 8th, the 6th of the month, you guys can see that Nvidia stayed around the 179 mark, okay? So that means that right now we are operating in a low volatile environment for Nvidia. It's not doing too much, and it's going to be very much the same right through to the end of the month. Why? Because this is the run up to their earnings, okay? This is a highly anticipated event by the entire market, because this is the biggest name on the street, and this is a deliberate low volume move. So I don't want any of you guys out there trying to take option trades on this, okay? This one has been a name that we've taken option trades on this year and done very well, but over the last couple of weeks, what we've done is we've taken it out of the roster and we've been busy on other names, okay? So I want to make sure that I set you guys straight and you guys aren't there trying to get into option plays on this, okay? Because remember, in the run up to options, those option prices are going to increase, and that is suboptimal. It's after options, after earnings, okay? So that's after the 27th of August, all right? That's when it's time to start looking at this name, introduce it back into the roster and start taking it up on some of these option plays, whether they're call options, whether they're put options. But guys, now's not the time. But speaking of which, do you know what is getting prepared for an option play? This very name right here, none other than AMD. Now, listen, we've been in the stock since around the low hundreds. You guys remember the call out from me a couple months ago? I said, make sure you're in this name and make sure you take it right through to the end of the year. You guys can see why. But if you missed that, don't worry. You can get into some option plays very, very soon with us, because you guys take a look at some of that year action. Okay. Now, this thing is trying to make a pass at the 185 mark. Okay. 185 mark. This is a level where it's going to breach very, very soon and get into the 190s comfortably. Okay. So as a result, next week in the markets, okay, could be Monday, could be Tuesday, could be Thursday, Friday. All right. We'll get more information at the start of the week. We are getting prepared for some option plays on this name. You see, Nvidia is not ready, but AMD is ready. Okay. So again, I'm going to guide you guys, and over the weekend, make sure that you guys are in a position to win big on this very name right here. So exciting times coming up. Again, another name we'll be celebrating, another one for the books, another one for the trophy cabinet very, very soon. And I can't wait. All right, you guys let me know how you feel about this one. But let's get to the star of the show. It's about time that we go ahead and talk about this very name right here. None other than BTC. Needs no introduction around here. Why? Because we've been in this heavy since 40,000, since the live stream days. Okay, so we've come a long way. A lot of you guys, the OG members of the community, we've taken this up 3x and counting, and we're going to continue to take this higher. That being said, I want you guys to take a look at the activity over the week. Okay, so this is some interesting activity, because you guys can see a week ago at the start of the week we made a brand new high, reaching into territories we'd never reached before at 121,000 bucks. Okay, then we took a little bit of a cool down to the 119s, the 118s. People thought it was over. I told you guys it ain't over. All right, the show goes on. Not too long later, a couple days, we'd now reached new highs of 124,000 and counting. Okay, now we've pulled back to 117, and people thinking, what the hell's going on? I'm gonna tell you exactly what is going on right now. Listen up, people. Bitcoin is in an unbreakable cycle. Okay, we got a lot of data, a lot of history that goes back 10 years in this thing, and the peak of this cycle that we're in right now is coming up in 8 to 10 weeks. Okay, only 8 to 10 weeks we're going to see the peak of the cycle. What does that mean? It means we're going to see 140 on the charts on this thing, 140k. That's right. So what the market is trying to do is it's trying to stop you just making the money, making that return up to the 140. But I'm here to put you back on track, put the market in place, and make sure that my people make the money on this name. Okay, so it's time for us to get prepared for the rise to 140 right now. This is what we call the great shake off before the takeoff. All right, so I'm gonna make sure that all of you guys are in for that takeoff, because over here I want all of us celebrating the victories here. I've got tons of you guys who are celebrating victories because you picked up at 40,000. Tons more of you guys celebrating because you picked up at 60. A lot of you guys celebrating because you picked up at 90. Even here at 117, this is going to be a multi-year winner for us. It's time to participate. It's time to get active if you aren't already. Let me simply break down the game when it comes to Bitcoin for you guys. Everything in this world has supply. Everything in this world has demand. Okay. Now, if you increase demand and you keep supply the same, price goes up. That's just a fact. Now, when it comes to Bitcoin, the supply is easy. Why? Supply is 21 million Bitcoins, and there'll never be any more. It's the demand side where it gets more interesting, because now we have factors in play that accelerate that demand to unprecedented levels that we've never seen in history. So just to rule them off very quickly, listen, we've got a pro government, okay, a pro Bitcoin government. You guys see what they're doing. Every couple of weeks, they're introducing something new that gives jet fuel to this thing. The latest was now 401ks can include Bitcoin. That's huge. That means trillions will flow into Bitcoin over time. That's a big, big move right there. Okay. Then we got treasury companies going crazy. Every day we're seeing 8-figure buys, 9-figure buys. That's 100 million, by the way, of Bitcoin. All of that does is just boost up the demand. The ETFs are going crazy as well. The banks are pushing out to their clients. So right now, Bitcoin is supported by the most powerful entities on the planet. That is the government, the institutions, and the banks. Listen up, people. It's time to buy Bitcoin. If you haven't already, get active, start participating so you guys can celebrate this win as we take this to 140 and beyond. Because when we get to 140, no, we ain't done. We're taking it even higher. But I'll give you guys more details, more intel on that when it comes. But for now, just make sure that you guys are in a position and a place to take this higher. And listen up, if you guys are like, I see what you're hearing. I love what I'm hearing. Sank, it sounds amazing. I want to participate. I want to get active with you. I want to take this higher. But I don't have any cash. I don't have any capital. This is what we do in the team. We run up the option plays and we make the money and we go ahead and distribute it into some of the most powerful growing assets in existence. And you're looking at one right here. Listen up, people. That's the video for today. Hopefully that inspired you. And hopefully you guys are going to take action. And hopefully you guys are going to start participating with these incredible plays we've got right here. All right, so listen, that's the video for today. I'll see all of you guys very, very soon.